Last week, I announced our first viewer survey at ironwillreport.com. Recently, Policy Horizons Canada created a survey on a list of 35 potential disruptions for our country, asking for each one, how likely is it, what will be the impact if it happens, and when will it happen? But they polled 500 government employees, hardly representative of the views of the average Canadian. So, I recreated their survey, asking the same questions with the same possible answers. At the time of this writing, almost 200 of you have taken the survey, and the results are so interesting, I'm going to release a special report on it next week. For now, here are a few highlights. For the government employees who took the survey, the top 5 concerns were: people cannot tell what is true and what is not, biodiversity lost and ecosystems collapse, emergency response is overwhelmed, cyber attacks disable critical infrastructure, and billionaires run the world. Among us conservatives, and I say us because I took the survey as well, we do share 2 of the top concerns voiced by the government employees: that we will not be able to tell what is true and what is not, and billionaires running the world. However, after that, our concerns as conservatives vary markedly from the presumably liberal responses of 500 government employees. Household debt reaching a tipping point. Biodata is widely monetized. Democratic systems break down. Artificial intelligence runs wild. Basic needs go unmet. Food is scarce, and healthcare systems collapse. All of which simply means that you are far more aware of the real threats than the media-brainwashed masses. Some of you will have picked up on a very important point when taking the survey. The entire thing is a psyop on 2 levels. First, it's predictive programming. Not so much for the 500 government employees who took the survey, but for the public the responses are released to. Many people will never even have thought about some of these issues, but they will now, and they will fear them. Second, they are looking for the fear buttons. The reason the survey was given to government employees rather than the general public is that they are far more likely to represent the percentage of the population still buying the globalist narratives. We conservatives are onto them. We understand the narrative and the lies we're being told. The government knows there's no point in trying to scare us with things we know aren't true. But with over 50% of the population still believing the narrative to some extent, they want to know which buttons to push to maximize their fears and manipulate them into compliance. If you haven't taken the survey, there's still time, as I likely won't be able to analyze the data fully until next week. Go to ironwillreport.com and look for the viewer survey button. If it's still there, then I haven't analyzed the data yet. You do not need to be a member to take the survey.